Chioma was shot in 1976. The Western was finished, completely finished. But Franco Nero and I, we were thinking about it because there is no way the Western can finish. So we thought a lot, and we arrived to find a story. And we said that the Western, well done, with a good performance, good photography, and well direct, I think it never die. So we pushed to find a producer. We found Manolo Bolognini. We found the story, and Chioma is made. We found the story because George Eastman, actor, his name is Luigi Montefiore, is a good writer. He was a good actor too, but with a lot of fantasy. He wrote the story and gave it to Manolo Bolognini, the producer. Manolo Bolognini gave the story to me and then to Franco, but I was shooting at the same time Franco too was shooting. And so we have no time to write the script. When the script was made and we start to read and we finish to read, was a disaster. Very bad script, very, very bad script. So, but the time, because Franco has a stop day for another movie immediately after this one. I was involved in another production, so just the time to do Chioma, but without script. So I said, we can do, because the story is great. So we need a script. What's the difference? We can do day by day. And we did like this.
And 4.
The dialogue is a cooperation between the actors, between Franco, between me, but especially with John Loffredo, also known as Joshua Sinclair. He was playing one of the brothers, and he came from actor studio, American. Is a great, great person, and very intelligent. So with him, and we did all the dialogue of the movie.
I said, get off your horse.
Scene by scene, I decide on the set for the day after. So it means tomorrow we will shoot this and this and this, and I would like to have the atmosphere like Ingmar Bergman. I would like to the atmosphere like Robert Altman and McCabe. We like a lot of suggestion that I explain to all the actors and all together. I would like to do this and this. Sometimes Franco say, yes, we do this scene, but later, I don't know. We will know tomorrow. The beginning of the movie is a ghost town, but the problem was that beginning of the movie is perfect just to start, but without script, to know the end was quite difficult. But I found the ghost town so great to have the beginning and the end of the movie. So immediately after to shot the first scene, I decided to shot the end. So the three brothers, the lady, the baby born, and the death, and all there, because the ghost town was suggest me a lot of shot, a lot of ideas. So it was to do in a row, first scene, last scene, just the first week of shooting. But for inventing day by day, it was quite difficult to arrive to at the end scene that already made. Well, Franco Nero, I would like to do all my movies with him. He's a great person, really great person, great actor, and what his first quality is, he's in love with movie, with the cinema. He likes so much. So when he suggests something, it's just for the story, not for his character or for his role. No, no, for the story. He's always on the set and behind the camera when the other actors are working, and he follows the editing, he follows the music. It's something so great to have a partner like this. So the movie we did together.
I found out what it was worth. That's why I drink.
Woody Strode was a big surprise to come suddenly in the production office. We was in pre-production, and I saw there's a mountain and in front of the door. I said, "Who is it?" When he turns, Woody Strode. God, wow, it was so unbelievable, great figure, and to see him and in front of me was a big surprise. He came in the office to say hello to the producers, to Bolognini, because they did the movie before. And just to look at him and think of the movie, I invent right away a character for him. And I started to talk with him about the story. I didn't know that. Well, the story, I knew the story at that time, but not the script. So I started to talk about a great part in the script for Woody Strode. Astonished was looking at me. Really? There is this part in the script? No. So, well, no, will be.
Just like old times, Mr. Shannon.
Woody Strode, for me,
back, George.
was my Academy Award. So it was my Oscar. I will tell you why. And he was on the set, always behind me, quite far, and look at me, always. Look at me, look at me. So suddenly, just at the end of the movie, on the last day of shooting, he said, thank you for what you did for my character, thank you, but may I tell you something? Please, you remind me one man, a person. Who? John Ford. Oh, without, thank you, was my Oscar. He gave me an Oscar at that moment. In the story from George Eastman, it was very clear the relationship between the father, the brothers, and the fourth brother coming from the war. So we developed all the characters talking with all the actors, especially Joshua Sinclair, and John Loffredo, and Orso Maria Guerrini.
Our half-brother knows how to run away.
And the father, William Berg, what actor, great person. Do you know that when he wasn't shooting, he was working with a wall and doing pullover or something. Great person. When the moment arrives that there is the confrontation between father and son, and he's ready to die because it was with all the villain, the bad guy surrounded. And when there is the intercutting between father and son and father, and they are thinking all their life and spent together, and suddenly, they shoot, and the father died. The emotion as a spectator, I'm one of the audience to watch the movie, and I start to cry.
It would be so nice to taste.
I saw a movie of Elia Kazan, or Elia Kazan, the pronunciation, but is a great movie with Kirk Douglas. I don't remember the title, but in that movie, there was a certain way that Elia Kazan used the flashback that I was waiting for patiently to use it. At last, in this movie, I used the Elia Kazan flashback. But and in my movie was just a little difference, but only because I saw that movie, I can, and I did that part of flashback. I was a fan of Ingmar Bergman, and the relationship between the old lady and Keoma, of course, is something that belongs to Ingmar Bergman. And the great country for the long shot, and then for especially another good director, Sam Peckinpah. Well, in the Wild Bunch, each shot I copy. Each shot of Wild Bunch, I'm in love with him too. To direct, you need a lot of experience. And I learned after a lot of movies as assistant, and the first thing that the director needs is the editing. So I have been editor of my father's movie, several, at least 30 movies of my father, I did editing. So with editing, you can be director. To cutting the movie is the most important thing for a director. So I'm arriving to do close-ups and detail, long shot, but to think before, not later in the editing room, just before, because I'm editor during the set. So my scene is already edited when I'm starting. It's just when you know how to handle the property that you have in your hands, and just to know what is important on the screen. So you shoot only the thing that you need in your editing and on the screen, not just to shoot. No. Everything I thought very well before start shooting, and each detail is just thought in very well before. Abruzzo is a mountain place very close to Rome. It's a 1 hour driving. So we did all the movies around Rome. The Old Woman was on the story of Montefiore, and that was the first thing that I fell in love with the story, because the character of this old lady, but the meaning of her character the meaning is the death, and to see Keoma is freedom, and is always discussing, fighting, and like that was his opponent. But at the end, Keoma is the winner, because he left in the death hands alive. Because the little baby just born in the hand of the death. And she said, I can't hold it, I can't take it.
I can't get Homer! He'll die!
We found the name Keoma in a book in The Indians of America. Great book about the Indians. We read a lot of that, and this name came often, Keoma. And the end there is an explanation of all the names, and Keoma means freedom. So freedom, my Keoma is a free man. He fights for the freedom. He defends the freedom. And the last line of the movie, just here, the last line of the movie is the meaning of my movie.
He can't die. And you know why? Because he's free. And the man who is free never dies.